This is the Fragrance Guy, and I want to welcome you to episode 2 of Sample Review. And I got 5 different fragrances for you today, which I will be talking about, and they are Hayat from Al-Kimya, and By Night White for women from Profumi del Forte, and Copal Azur from Aedes de Venustas, Laylati from Sospiro, and Ambre Fétiche from Annick Goutal. So let's begin with the first fragrance, Hayat from Al-Kimya. So I'm going to put these others away, and let's focus on this one. Okay, so let's just see here. Yeah. The notes for this fragrance is oud, cedarwood, cardamom, bitter orange, lavender, patchouli, saffron, nagarmotha, and cinnamon. Now, Hayat is a creamy, smooth, dirty oud and woody combination. And what's going to determine if you like this fragrance or not is if you like this slightly dirty oud. It is almost a bit barnyard type of smell that can be a bit off-putting to some. But after a while, it settles down a little bit, but it's still there through the entire life of the fragrance. Now, the best comparison I can give you is imagine a dirty version of Tom Ford's Oud Wood. They are still quite different in terms of the actual overall smell, but when you look at the creaminess and the type of smell it is, I would say that they are similar in that aspect, but it's the oud in this fragrance that is very different from the oud in Tom Ford's. And this is a strong fragrance that does last a long time, and I believe this is a high quality oud in this fragrance. And what makes this fragrance interesting is the type of oud that they use in it. It has this dirtiness, and it's a very well composed fragrance for oud lovers looking for something smooth that will last for hours, project good, but still have that dirtiness to it. Now, I give this very high remarks for the actual smell, composition, and everything that goes into this fragrance. But for my taste, it's a little bit too dirty for me to feel comfortable wearing it. It's not a lot dirty, but just a tad too much for my personal taste to personally use this, but this is a very good fragrance. And if you like fragrances like maybe Mamluk from Oud, actually Xerjov's Oud Stars collection, and if you like those type of slightly dirty smells, then I think you're going to love this fragrance. But I hate Mamluk, it's not my cup of tea. But I like this more than that. Anyway, this is a high quality fragrance, and yeah, very good fragrance. But for me, it is going to be a pass because it is a bit too dirty for my liking. Okay, moving on to... This is Profumi del Forte. That's the house, and the name of the fragrance is By Night White Women. And the notes are lemon, tonka bean, heliotrope, sandalwood, vanilla, coriander, white musk, floral notes, pepper, and bergamot. Now, first of all, this fragrance is not doesn't have any gender, so nothing about this is feminine or masculine. And this fragrance, I really like this fragrance. It is quite nice and makes me think of a creamy lemon with bits of almond. The floral notes in the background brightens it up a bit, but it is not a floral fragrance. The floral notes are there as supportive notes. And while this is not a gourmand, it does lean a little bit to that side. And I think it is a rounded fragrance. And the lemon in this is not the type of lemon that you will find in typical citrus-based fragrances where the lemon is really strong and takes over. That is not the type of lemon this is. It is very soft and very, very nice. I mean, this is more about the tonka bean, the woody woody note, the vanilla and the floral, and imagine sprinkling some lemon over that. So the tonka bean is more what is prominent to me. I mean, if you look at Fragrantica, people have voted that the lemon is the most prominent note, and at least it's not the type of very fresh type of lemon that you might be used to. Anyway, I really like this fragrance. Lasts a long time, projects really nice, and it makes me think of an alternative version to Chanel's Edition Blanche, but without being heavy on the lemon and the vanilla. This is more about the almond and the vanilla together with the sandalwood and the vanilla. So that's it. I really like this one, and I recommend it. It's going to be interesting to see how this works in the heat. But this actually does work in the cold, because it is cold now in Sweden. So the next one is a really unique fragrance, and this is from Aedes de Venustas, and the fragrance is called Copal Azur. And the notes are incense, tonka bean, cardamom, salt, myrrh, and amber. Now, this fragrance is unlike any incense fragrance you've ever tried. This is an ozonic aquatic incense fragrance. I mean, it really messed my mind when I tried this, and I really applaud the perfumer for creating this original fragrance, because it is original. Now, the salty note in this fragrance really lightens up the incense and makes it easy to wear, combined with the tonka bean, cardamom, amber, and the myrrh. If you like incense and if you like aquatics, you have to try this one. Imagine having a fragrance that is light at the same time heavy, and it's almost like a transparent incense that's not weak in any way, and the smell is linear. You're gonna get the same thing throughout the entire life, and I think it's very well made. Yeah, this would be very interesting to try during the summer. It does last now on my skin, but I mean, if you don't really like those citrus fragrances, and I know a lot of people they hate citruses and they like more heavy, but if you want something that I believe you're going to love, if you're one of those fragrance lovers, is this one, because it is really unique. It has that incense and that aquatic type of smell, especially with the salt in there. Okay, the next one is a fragrance that I see a lot of people talking about in the fragrance community, and that is Sospiro's Laylati. And the notes for this one is cedarwood, musk, vanilla, tobacco, patchouli, and green notes. Now, this is a woody, musky fragrance that is very well made for what it is. However, it leaves me wanting something more, and that's the only negative thing I can say about the fragrance. If you've tried Vardasina, which was released the year after, I believe, the notes are quite similar, and I sort of feel like that fragrance is a continuation of Laylati, but they do smell different. So, I mean, if you own Vardasina and you own Laylati, it's not going to be redundant. While I do think something is missing in this fragrance, it's kind of too simplistic. I still enjoy this fragrance a lot, and I would give it high remarks. The longevity and projection are really good with this fragrance. And let's see here what my notes say. When it comes to this fragrance, if I'm going to buy it or not, I mean, I am on the fence when it comes to this. I would have to sample this more. And even though the notes of Laylati and Vardasina are like 80% similar, I think they are different. I think both are quality fragrances, but it will come down if you personally find the composition interesting or not, if it's too simple for you. I mean, the fragrance costs 300 euros, and to be objective, I don't personally think, or I mean, I think a lot of people could agree that you're not really getting what you're paying for. While it is nice and well blended and everything that it leaves you wanting a little more. That's how I feel, but I might come around and I might like this even more, and yeah, it's a nice fragrance, but you know, 300 euros, that's a lot of money. So you absolutely have to love this fragrance. And I personally think that you can get better fragrances for that amount of money. But hey, that's me. If you like this, go ahead, buy it if you want. I like it, but I don't know if I like it enough to spend 300 euros. And the last one is Ambre Fétiche from the house of Annick Goutal. And the notes on this one are incense, amber, leather, benzoin, vanilla, styrax, labdanum, patchouli, iris, and geranium. This fragrance is so well made that I would have to say that it is one of the better ambers that I have come across. But it's far from a pure amber fragrance. The incense in it is not that powerful as one might think if you look at the note composition on Fragrantica, and people have voted that the incense is the most prominent note. While I do agree on that, it is not a heavy fragrance. It is very well balanced, and I almost wish that it was a bit stronger. Now, the amber, incense, and the leather are equally as prominent in this fragrance, and they really work great together. And I think the labdanum and the styrax gives it a very interesting touch. So when it comes to the amber in this fragrance, it is not sticky, it is not overly sweet, as you will find in a lot of other amber-based fragrances. This is more dry, semi-sweet, almost a bit spicy in a way, and it's very sophisticated and smells luxurious. My only complaint about this fragrance is that it might be too close to the skin, but the longevity is quite nice, and at the end I think that the sillage, or ciliage, or however you pronounce it, should have been stronger. That would have made the fragrance even more interesting, and yeah, that's it, guys. And let me know if you've tried any of these, what you would like to try from these fragrances. And if you're not a subscriber, make sure to subscribe and like this video. And please drop a comment below. Thanks for watching.